Hi, this is Kyle Else with IPO Homes, your real estate properties expert. We're here today in Atherton, California with Guy Kawasaki, venture capitalist and best-selling author, to give the commencement speech and keynote at Menlo College. Let's listen.
Thank you very much for this opportunity, the faculty and staff, the students and your family. It's very, very, very enchanting for me to be able to speak to you. But first, we're going to talk to Emily. Okay, Emily, so I want you to know that you are special. All right? And I know the kind of people that you listed. Trust me when I tell you, you are special. Okay? That's number one. So, my congratulations to the graduates and all the families. This is a great day for all of you, and I am really happy to be here. I have to say that the implications of being a commencement speaker somewhat frighten me. It's because mostly old people give commencement speeches, so this means I'm old. And when I was your age, to be quite honest, the last person I would believe would be someone of my age. And the fact that I said when I was your age says a lot in and of itself. I am going to provide 10 hindsights on life today. These hindsights I have gained and accumulated through the 35 years that separate me and you. Okay? And I don't expect you to blindly believe me. I don't want you to take what I say as the necessary truth, but I ask that you listen to me, and perhaps my experience can help you a tiny bit as you enter the next stage of your life. I use this top 10 format because I happen to love Dave Letterman, and so top 10 format is what I will use today. So number one, and where's Hannah? Where'd Hannah go? Where are you? Okay, so you're going to love this, Hannah. Trust me. Number one hindsight, perhaps the most important hindsight I have, and with all due apologies to your parents, the Malik sitting over there, you should live off your parents as long as you can. Okay? Trust me. They worked very hard to give you a better life. You should not deprive them of the pleasure of them watching you with this better life. You have your whole life to work for bozos. Don't be in a rush to start that process. Live off your parents as long as you can. I'm sorry, what can I say? What can I say? Second thing, I suggest that you pursue joy, not happiness. Sure, the future is bright and it's looking great, but life is not going to be an uninterrupted, pure happiness state. You will go through difficult times, but what balances difficulties and problems and sadness are episodes of joy. Joy does not come from the possession of material things. It comes from experiences like falling in love, making close friends, creating products and services that delight people, and eventually raising children, especially if they move out. My third hindsight is that you should challenge the known and embrace the unknown. Many people challenge the unknown and embrace the known. I would like you to do the opposite. Question the status quo. Because the status quo, quite frankly, is overrated. Embrace, accept, and even better, cause change and enjoy the unknown. Number four, change your mind. Changing your mind is a sign of intelligence. Steve Jobs changed his mind all the time. I worked for him twice, all the time. And I mean complete, utter, 180 degrees changes in mind. And the beauty of Steve Jobs is that he made everybody think he was right both times. The ability to change your mind means that you're thinking, you're questioning, and you're courageous enough to admit mistakes. As Martha Stewart would say, it's a good thing. Number 5, There's a song called Don't Worry, Be Happy. What I've observed in life is you don't worry, be crappy. Don't wait for perfection. Life isn't perfect. Do the best you can and ship. Real people ship. And then they test. And then they ship again. And then they test again. And then they ship again. And one day you wake up and by golly, you have something insanely great. Don't worry, be crappy. Number 6, suck it up. Suck it up. How many of you watch Dirty Jobs with Mike Rowe? And that is a great show. What makes Mike Rowe so great? He's the man because he's willing to do the dirty job. He will work in the paint factory. He went to Hawaii and worked in the poi factory. He cleans the outside of skyscrapers. He'll clean out sewers. He'll go under the house and dig out the dead cats and rats. He'll perform artificial insemination on pigs, chickens, turkeys, llamas. Suck it up. Life isn't easy. Number 7, never ask people to do something that you wouldn't do. The best test for everything you want to ask or expect others to do is to ask yourself, would I be willing to do this? If you wouldn't do it, don't ask people to do it. The 8th hindsight, and the secret to business. This is the one you should write down. The secret to business is to understand PowerPoint. Okay? And I'll give you all you need to know about PowerPoint right now. The optimal number of slides in PowerPoint is 10. 10. You should be able to give those 10 slides in 20 minutes. You may have an hour slot. 10 slides, 20 minutes. Why 20 minutes if you have an hour slot? It's because, unfortunately, 95% of this world doesn't use a Macintosh. And that 95% of the world needs 40 minutes to make the computer work with the projector. Finally, the last part of PowerPoint you need to master is the ideal font size for PowerPoint is 30 points, or 1/2 of the age of the oldest person in your audience divided by 2. So if you're talking to 60-year-old people, 30 points. 50-year-old people, 25 points. Someday you may be pitching a 16-year-old VC. God bless you. Use the 8-point font. But until that day, 10 slides, 20 minutes, 30-point font. I bet nobody talked about PowerPoint in the history of commencement speeches. Right. All right. Number 9. Learning and schooling are not the same thing. Learning is lifelong. Schooling is not. Arguably, you will start a new kind of learning tomorrow because beginning tomorrow, learning is mostly internally driven. When you stop learning, you mentally die. It is that simple. Keep on learning. And number 10, obey the absolutes. The greatest temptation in the workplace is relative morality. I don't cheat as much on taxes as my friends. I don't pad my expense reports as much as others. I don't goof off as much as others. This is a very slippery slope that causes people to lie on their resumes, cheat customers, and defraud the government. Right is right, and wrong is wrong. Keep the absolutes. I'm going to give you one more piece of advice. It's actually an observation more than a piece of advice. When you were very young, you believed your parents were always right. Okay? As a teenager, you began to question them, perhaps thinking that your parents were clueless and you were right. As you become a young adult and progress through your 20s, you'll start to see that in many cases, your parents were not clueless and they were often right. And as you get older and older, let me tell you something. You eventually will become your parents. Now that is a scary hindsight. As I said, don't necessarily blindly believe me. Don't take what I just said as true. Just keep what I said in the back of your mind. Perhaps my experience can help you a tiny bit as you enter the workplace and the next stages of your life. And now,